Hi everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. So today we are going to analyze the Hindu newspaper for 1st of December 2020. तो आज हम 1st of December 2020 के पर्सपेक्टिव से द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर को एनालाइज करने जा रहे हैं एंड टुडेज क्लास इज गोइंग टू बी एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू लुक डीपर इनटू सम जीएस पेपर 3 रिलेटेड टॉपिक्स. तो आज हम जीएस पेपर 3 से रिलेटेड टॉपिक्स न्यूज में काफी रहे हैं, उनको अच्छे से पढ़ेंगे, तैयारी करेंगे. And also do not forget to download the PDF of this class from my Telegram channel, which will be uploaded after 30 minutes of this watching this lecture. तो इस लेक्चर को देखने के 30 मिनट बाद आपको वहां पर पीडीएफ में मिल जाएगा टेलीग्राम चैनल पर, ठीक है. एंड ऑल्सो डू मेक शॉर्ट नोट्स इन द क्लास इटसेल्फ सो दैट लेटर ऑन यू विल जस्ट हैव टू इन्वेस्ट योर टाइम इन रिवीजन. तो क्लास के साथ ही अगर आप शॉर्ट नोट्स बना लेते हो तो बाद में रिवीजन का टाइम सही तरीके से यूटिलाइज हो जाता है, ठीक है. Now before we start the class, here's a small announcement for all of you. This announcement is related to the most competitive gamified UPSC CSE battle which is launched by Unacademy. It's a fortnightly battle. That means after every 15 days this battle will you have to participate in this battle and it's free of cost. Now it will start from December 6 2020. Time will be 11 a.m. and you have to attend this battle live because there will be questions, challenges which will be curated by us and Unacademy's top educators, and it's a very super fast and fun challenge with real time rankings also which will be given to you, and you can compete with the best. Detailed video solutions will be given to you by top educators after every question, right, so that you know what is your weakness and what is your strength. इससे पता चल जाएगा आपको कि आपकी वीकनेस और स्ट्रेंथ क्या है. यहाँ आपको रेटिंग मिलेगी, लीडर बोर्ड मिलेगा. ऑल्सो देर विल बी 60 क्वेश्चंस, 6 सेक्शंस, 45 मिनट्स का टेस्ट होगा. इट इज गोइंग टू बी प्रिटी गुड फॉर यू फॉर योर प्रीलिम्स 2021 and 22 preparation, and you can also stand a chance to compete with the best and win amazing prizes. So if you score if you get rank 1 you will be getting Apple MacBook Air. If you get rank 2 you will be getting Apple iPad mini. अगर थर्ड रैंक आती है तो Apple AirPods, and also एप्पल एयरपोर्ट तो चलो थर्ड रैंकर को मिल जाएंगे. टॉप 100 रैंकर्स को क्या मिलेगा? ₹1000 Amazon vouchers. So it's one in the lifetime opportunity. You can use this code Arpita10 right to enroll in this Unacademy Compat. तो करना क्या है, आपको साइन इन करना है Unacademy लर्निंग ऐप पर. Then you have to enroll in the test by clicking on the link given below in the description box. Use code Arpita10 to unlock the free features of Unacademy learning app and participate in this most competitive gamified UPSC CSE battle. So link is given below in the description box. Okay, चलो आज की क्लास शुरू करते हैं then. So over here you can see the very important news for today, that is cross border terror biggest challenge for SCO region. तो इस पर्टिकुलर न्यूज में पहली बात तो आपको SCO के बारे में पढ़ना है. दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट नॉट जस्ट फॉर GS पेपर 2 बट ऑल्सो फॉर प्रीलिम्स. ये सिर्फ GS पेपर 2 ही नहीं, सिर्फ आपके प्रीलिम्स के लिए भी इम्पोर्टेंट है. सो वी नो दैट इंडिया हैज होस्टेड द हेड्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट काउंसिल, दैट इज द HOG Council meeting of the 8 Nations Shanghai Cooperation Organization, also known as SCO, and this particular meeting was chaired by, the chairman was our Vice President Venkaiah Naidu. Right, so this is important. In 2020 the SCO head of government council meeting was hosted by India. इंडिया ने होस्ट की थी ये मीटिंग और इसके चेयरमैन थे हमारे वाइस प्रेसिडेंट वेंकैया नायडू जी. So he highlighted in this meeting the cross border terrorism. He said that this cross-border terrorism, hinting towards Pakistan and China, they are the biggest challenge for countries belonging to Shanghai Cooperation Organization. तो देखो, अगर हमें अपने आप की अपनी इकोनॉमी और वर्ल्ड जो स्ट्रेंथ है वो इंक्रीज करनी है तो हमें सबसे पहले ये जो क्रॉस बॉर्डर टेररिज्म है इसको खत्म करना पड़ेगा. इफ वी वांट टू इनहांस आवर डेवलपमेंट इन अदर एरियाज वी नीड टू स्टॉप दिस टेररिज्म, राइट, बिकॉज इट्स अ हर्डल इन आवर डेवलपमेंट, इन आवर प्रोग्रेस. इट इज द फर्स्ट टाइम दैट अ समिट level meeting was held under India's chairmanship since it gained full membership of the organization in 2017. So India and Pakistan became the members of this organization fully in 2017, right? So after 3 years it's the first time that this meeting, this summit level meeting has been conducted by India under India's chairmanship. So this is very important news for GS paper 2, right? And also prelims के लिए आपको SCO के बारे में पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Who are the member nations of SCO that you have to study for prelims? Okay, so we all know that Pakistan Prime Minister has decided to skip this meeting because it's being hosted by India, right? तो उन्होंने इसको skip किया है. Now, the editorial that you have to study today is the perils of deregulated imperfect agri markets. GS पेपर 3 के लिए important है ये. तो इधर जो फार्मर्स बिल है, जो आपके फार्म बिल्स पास हुए हैं, वो आपको पढ़ने हैं प्रीलिम्स लेवल के लिए. मेंस पेपर 3 लेवल के लिए आपको पढ़ना है एग्री मार्केटिंग एंड रिलेटेड इश्यूज. So what is the context of this article? This article talks about the massive protest by the farming community over the recently enacted farm acts. अभी जो 3 farm acts pass हुए हैं, in yesterday's class we discussed those farm bills, right? So on that the farmers are protesting and they are trying to enter into Delhi, but the government is stopping them, right? So that is being discussed in this particular article. The central government has brought in farm acts which are believed to bring about a massive, it is believed that these farm bills are being criticized by the farmers, and it can bring massive shift in the way agricultural markets are going to function in the future. So what are these 3 bills? First is the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Act 2020. Second is Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Services Act 2020. थर्ड इज एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2020. ये 3 बिल्स हैं जो पास किए गए थे, ठीक है. तो ऐसा कहा जा रहा है कि ये जो बिल्स हैं, फार्म बिल्स हैं, ऐसा कहा जा रहा है कि ये एक्ट्स या ये बिल्स जो हैं, ये एग्रीकल्चरल मार्केट जिस तरीके से फंक्शन करती है ना, उस फंक्शनिंग को चेंज करके रख देंगे, राइट. लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आर द क्रिटिकल पॉइंट्स इन दिस एक्ट. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, व्हाई डू फार्मर्स सेल आउटसाइड मंडीज? पहले तो ये क्वेश्चन आता है इस फार्म बिल को देखकर. ऑफिशियल डेटा शो दैट इवन फॉर पैडी एंड व्हीट रिस्पेक्टिवली ओनली 29% and 49% of the harvest is sold in a mandi. Rest of the harvest is sold outside the mandis. Mandis are regulated by the government, right? So you can say in a large proportion of Indian harvest is not directly sold in a mandi. हम देखें अगर सिर्फ 29% पैडी और wheat में 44% ही मंडीज में बेचे जा रहे हैं, यानी कि rest of the huge proportion of paddy is being sold outside mandi privately. So farmers are forced to sell outside the mandis for 2 reasons. So there are 2 reasons why farmers are forced to sell their produce outside the mandis. First reason is that there are not enough mandis. The National Commission on Agriculture had recommended that every Indian farmer should be able to reach a mandi in 1 hour by a cart. मतलब जो लोकेशन है वो इतना होना चाहिए कि कम से कम 1 घंटा तो लग ही जाए वहां तक पहुंचने में, उससे ज्यादा नहीं लगना चाहिए. So average area to be served by a mandi, it was reduced to 80 from 80 to 80 kilometers, right? So for this the number of mandis was to increase to at least 41,000, but right now there are only 6,630 mandis in 2019. तो आप देख सकते हो 41,000 mandis चाहिए, right? So that every farmer can access mandis and so sell his produce. But currently in 2019, according to data, we just have 6,630 mandis. You can see the difference. You can see the gap. Okay, so that is one point why there are not why farmers are selling outside mandis. तो ये पहला reason हो गया, ठीक है. So India needs not less but more mandis. Secondly, transport cost. Most small and marginal farmers, they do not find it economical to bear the transport cost to take their harvest to mandis. तो अपने गांव से मंडी तक चीजें कार्ट पे लोड करके ले जाने में काफी फार्मर्स हैं जिनको एक्सपेंसिव लगता है, जिनके लिए एक्सपेंसिव होता है. सो दे एंड अप सेलिंग देयर हार्वेस्ट टू अ विलेज ट्रेडर. जो विलेज में ट्रेडर्स आ जाते हैं, प्राइवेट पार्टीज आ जाती है, उन्हीं को बेच देते हैं कि आने जाने का खर्चा भी बच जाएगा. इट विल सेव देयर कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रैवल, राइट? दैट इज व्हाई दे सेल देयर प्रोड्यूस टू द विलेज ट्रेडर हु कम्स टू द विलेज ओनली. सो इफ प्राइवेट मार्केट्स दे रिप्लेस मंडीज, small and marginal farmers will continue to sell to traders in the village itself. Situation will change only if economies of scale rise substantially at the farm level also, so that the farmer does not have to worry about the expenses of the transport. So these are the 2 reasons why the farmers they sell their produce outside the mandis. इतनी बात समझ आ गई सबको? Now question is why there is poor private investment in markets. Markets में private investment इतना कम क्यों है? So already 18 states have allowed the establishment of private markets outside the APMC. 19 states have allowed the direct purchase of agricultural produce from farmers, and 13 states have allowed establishment of farmers markets outside the APMC. And after all these changes also, there is no significant investment which has flowed into to establish the private markets in the state. So private investment is lacking. Reason for poor private investment in market is presence of high transaction cost. इन प्रोड्यूस कलेक्शन एंड एग्रीगेशन, प्रोडक्शन प्रोड्यूस को कलेक्ट करने में, उसको सेग्रीगेट करने में, उसको कैरी करने में जो खर्चा होता है, ट्रांजैक्शन कॉस्ट है, वो बहुत ज्यादा हाई है, इसलिए प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टमेंट ज्यादा नहीं होती मार्केट में. सो व्हेन प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स ट्राई टू टेक ओवर द रोल ऑफ मंडीज एंड द विलेज ट्रेडर, दे incur considerable cost. That is why they are discouraged to invest further. Right? That is why many retail chains prefer purchasing from mandis only rather than directly from farmers, because then the economies of scale they increase. Right? If they are directly reaching out to the farmer. ठीक है, इतनी बात समझ आ गई. तो this is the reason why there is poor private investment in the markets. Now what is the issue of mandi tax? अब ये mandi tax का क्या issue है ये देखते हैं. So many commentaries treat taxes in mandis as wasteful. This assertion is not fully true. बहुत लोग कहते हैं मंडी टैक्स वेस्टफुल है. अब ऐसा माना जाता है कि ये रीजन गलत है for two reasons. First, much of the mandi tax are reinvested by APMCs to improve market infrastructure, the agricultural market infrastructure. So if there is a fall in mandi tax, that will reduce the surplus which is available with APMCs for improving the infrastructure of the market. Then second reason is, in states like Punjab, government charges a market committee fee and rural development fee. So Punjab Mandi Board then use this income to construct rural roads or run the medical dispensaries, supply drinking water, etc. ठीक है. Such rural investment will also be negatively affected if mandis are weakened. अगर मंडीज को ही वीक कर दिया जाएगा तो ये रूरल डेवलपमेंट भी नेगेटिवली ही वीक होने लग जाएगी. ठीक है, तो ये बात हो गई. इस वजह से भी कहा जा रहा है कि मंडी टैक्स हटाना गलत होगा. ठीक है, इतनी बात क्लियर हो गई. सो व्हाट कैन बी द स्टेप दैट कैन बी टेकन? इंडिया नीड्स एन इंक्रीज इन द डेंसिटी ऑफ मंडीज राइट नाउ. वी नीड टू इंक्रीज बिकॉज फ्रॉम 41,000 वी जस्ट हैव 6,630. So we need to increase the mandi. Then we need to increase the density. The increase in density should happen hand in hand with increase in universalization of public distribution system. PDS system को भी हमें रेगुलेट करके उसको यूनिवर्सलाइज करना पड़ेगा. वी नीड टू मेक श्योर दैट एवरीबडी कैन एक्सेस द पीडीएस सिस्टम. देन इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ यूनिफाइड नेशनल लाइसेंसेस फॉर ट्रेडर्स, सो दैट व्हेन दे आर ट्रेडिंग इन द विलेजेस, they are trading and their trade is being regulated and monitored by the government also, so that the villagers, they are not being cheated. So these should be the steps which can be taken by the government. Now on page number 7 you will find this article, moving forward in base area. So this article is related to your internal security GS paper 3. ठीक है, तो इस आर्टिकल को पढ़ने के बाद ये समाधान डॉक्ट्रीन के बारे में बात की गई है. सो व्हाट इज समाधान डॉक्ट्रीन? इट्स अ वन स्टॉप सोल्यूशन फॉर द लेफ्ट विंग एक्सट्रीमिज्म प्रॉब्लम. LW क्या है? इट इज द लेफ्ट विंग एक्सट्रीमिज्म प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है, it encompasses the entire strategy of government from short term policy to long term policy formulated at different levels. So समाधान means smart leadership, aggressive strategy, motivation and training, actionable intelligence, dashboard based KPIs and KRAs, harnessing, yeah, that is using technology, action plan for each theater and no access to financing. So this article talks about the extra 5 battalions of the CRPF which have been deployed by Union government to strengthen anti-Maoist operations in the South Buster region. So it is going to be helpful. Why? Because of large combing area. Now security forces will occupy large areas because extra CRPF battalion has been posted. In the event of an attack on the security forces, Maoist will be vulnerable now to retaliation because now there is a higher capacity force in that area. Then we'll have tangible benefits also because it will lead to instant welfare in the adjacent villages also. Direct administration हो जाएगा. Then physical infrastructure will also be improved. Plus political representation and democratic institutions have been blatantly opposed by Maoist. So now it will revive the political activities. It will set up democratic institutions providing political leadership. Local people will also be, will also feel protected in that case. So this is related to this article. Now next article is Fight Fake News BRICS Media Forum. So the 5th BRICS Media Forum was held virtually. At the end of the summit, representatives called for 5 nations to work together to jointly fight the virus of disinformation in the pandemic era. इस COVID-19 pandemic era में एक और वायरस है जो छुपकर अटैक कर रहा था, जो कि है फेक न्यूज. राइट. So here the BRICS Media Forum, it said that we need to be alert with these against these fake news, and we need to combat or fight these fake news. A common thread among members is a growing problem of disinformation or fake news. The news media around the world, especially the daily newspapers and other forms of media, have taken a big hit during the pandemic. Disinformation is being transmitted globally at warp speed on the so-called technology platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Google, WhatsApp, Instagram as well. These are the hot sites where you can find fake news in लार्ज क्वांटिटी. तो ये ऐसी वेबसाइट्स है जहाँ पर फेक न्यूज आपको बहुत ही लार्ज क्वांटिटी में देखने को मिलेगी. कोई ना कोई फेक न्यूज होती है, लोग उसको मानने भी लगते हैं, लोग उसको एक्सेप्ट भी करने लगते हैं. ठीक है. नाउ इट वाज अ मेजर थ्रेट नॉट जस्ट टू द मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया बट मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली टू द लाइव्स एंड वेलबींग ऑफ टेंस ऑफ मिलियंस ऑफ पीपल हु यूज दीज वेबसाइट, हु यूज दीज सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स. So the BRICS Media Forum can make a real difference in the fight against motivated and harmful disinformation by providing and strengthening the relevant media exchanges, by providing them training, workshops to the journalist and rigorous fact check. अगर हम rigorous fact check करते रहें, ये social media platforms देख checking करते रहें, regulate करते रहें कि कौन सी information गलत यहाँ पर फैलाई जा रही है, by using different artificial intelligence technologies, then also we can win this fight against the fake news. So BRICS Media Forum, what is it? China's Xinhua news agency came up with the idea of BRICS Media Forum in the year 2015 to promote media cooperation. The forum aims to establish an efficient coordination mechanism among BRICS media, advance innovation-driven media development, gather stronger momentum for the development of BRICS countries through exchange and pragmatic cooperation under this media mechanism. So this is again important for your prelims. ब्रिक्स के अलावा ब्रिक्स मीडिया फोरम भी आपके प्रीलिम्स के लिए काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है. नाउ लेट्स स्टडी अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सनालिटी, बाबा आमटे. सो इट वाज अ न्यूज दैट बाबा आमटे's daughter has committed suicide. She has been found dead in her apartment. तो इसके लिए बाबा आमटे का नाम भी न्यूज में काफी आ रहा है, तो ये प्रीलिम्स के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. सैडली दिस news that this particular personality that we are studying, he was a wonderful social reformer, but unfortunately his daughter has she's not anymore right now. So Baba Amte के अगर हम बारे में पढ़ें, he is मुरलीधर देवीदास आमटे. He was known as affectionately Baba Amte or Father Amte. He was an Indian social worker and activist. He dedicated his life to serving those in need, especially those afflicted with diseases like leprosy, right? So his life in 1914, Amte was born into a wealthy family in Maharashtra. He was exposed early on to a life of privilege. He would hunt wild animals, play sports, drive luxurious cars. He went on to study law, and then he was running his own successful firm by his 20s. But despite his upbringing, he was aware of India's class inequalities at that time since his childhood. So by the time he was practicing law, he was also alongside helping the underprivileged. He was also involved in the Indian freedom movement. He acted as a defense lawyer for leaders whom the British authorities had imprisoned in 1942's Quit India movement, that is the August Kranti movement. Mahatma Gandhi ji also had given Amte the title Abhay Sadhak, that is fearless seeker of truth, for his fight against the British for India's freedom. So this again is important for prelims, right? Abhay Sadhak का title महात्मा गांधी जी ने किसको दिया था? बाबा आमटे जी को दिया था. After meeting a man suffering from leprosy, he dedicated his life to this cause. He defied the social stigmas which were faced by the leprosy patients by injecting himself with bacilli to prove that disease was not highly contagious. So see the level of fearlessness this man had. He injected himself with the same, leprosy causing bacilli to prove that this disease is not highly dangerous. In 1949, he established Anandvan, that is Forest of Bliss, a self-sufficient village and rehabilitation center for leprosy patients. Apart from this, he also identified the state of mental leprosy to him, the most frightening disease. तो उन्होंने बोला कि सबसे ज्यादा खतरनाक डिजीज आपकी लेप्रोसी बॉडी में होना, ये खतरनाक नहीं है, दिमाग की लेप्रोसी सबसे ज्यादा खतरनाक है जो सोशल इनइक्वालिटी को पैदा करती है. He also launched the first Knit India March in 1985, and at 72 he walked from Kanyakumari to Kashmir with simple purpose to inspire unity in India. So you can see he was a wonderful personality. Respect to this man. He had been conferred with Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, Raman Magsaysay Award, United Nations Prize in Field of Human Rights, Gandhi Peace Prize. and this is one of his quotes: I took up leprosy work not to help anyone, but to overcome that fear in my life. And he also said to me, the man who offers his help when he sees a breakdown is greater than any holy man in saffron colored robes. A wonderful personality. Now coming on to the next news, hold polls where Nota got most votes, said petition. So an advocate has filed a petition to the Supreme Court for a direction that fresh elections should be held in constituency where Nota garnered the maximum number of votes. जहाँ पर none of the above पे ज़्यादा क्लिक किया है लोगों ने, वहाँ फिर से elections होने चाहिए. Right. Besides, none of the candidates who lost to Nota should be allowed to contest the fresh polls. जो नोटा की वजह से आउट हुए हैं इलेक्शन की रेस से, उनको वापस नहीं खड़ा होना चाहिए इलेक्शन में. Right. So what were the views of the advocate? That if the electorate has rejected the candidates by voting for Nota, the parties should be barred from fielding them again in the fresh polls because already they have lost the public trust. Then he said, right to reject and elect new candidate will give power to the people to express their discontent with that particular candidate. And right to reject will check corruption also, criminalization also, casteism also, communalism also. Right. So the party would be giving tickets to the honest and patriotic candidates only in that case. So right to reject की अगर हम बात करें, it was first proposed by Law Commission in 1999. Then Election Commission also endorsed and promoted this kind of right to reject in 2001 under the James Lingdo, and in 2004 under S. Krishnamurthy, who was the Chief Election Commissioner. Besides the background paper on electoral reforms which was prepared by Ministry of Law in 2010, it also proposed very clearly, if certain percentage of the vote was negative, then election result should be nullified and new election should be held. Same has been the contention of the petition. The use of Nota in elections, option of none of the above for Lok Sabha and Assembly elections was prescribed by Supreme Court in 2013. And the option of Nota in Rajya Sabha polls was introduced by the Election Commission in 2014. So India, underline this is important fact for your prelims. India became the 14th country to institute negative voting. ओके, सो दिस इज अगेन वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर आपको किसी को भी नहीं वोट करना है तो आप नोटा के ऑप्शन पे क्लिक कर सकते हो. ठीक है. Now why have Nota if there's no electoral value? No, because Nota gives people dissatisfied with contesting candidates an opportunity to express their disapproval. अब आप बोलोगे जब वोट ही नहीं करना उनको तो फिर नोटा देना ही क्यों? अगर नो इलेक्टोरल वैल्यू उनके दिमाग में है, क्योंकि नोटा से हमें पता चलता है कितने लोग डिससैटिस्फाइड हैं जो भी कंटेस्टेंट खड़े हैं इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में उन लोगों से. दिस इन टर्न इंक्रीजेस द चांसेस ऑफ मोर पीपल टर्निंग अप टू कास्ट देयर वोट्स इवन इफ दे डू नॉट सपोर्ट एनी कैंडिडेट. सो वी विल नो ना that who is this not who is not satisfying the public, who is not being the correct leader in the eyes of the public. Okay, it could also bring a systematic change in polls and political parties will be forced to project clean candidates from next time. This was also quoted by Supreme Court. Clear? So this was all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's session. अगर आपको आज का क्लास अच्छी लगी है तो please let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed today's class. Thank you and have a beautiful night ahead.